a project, whenever you're doing, it does come with its share of challenges, and it does come with its share of unique things that we have to deal with, which means that we will have to, really customize the whole process in how BIM will work on my projects. Now, let's see here that if I have to customize the process of BIM for my project, or a project that's a commercial project, a project that has less than $1 million of a budget, which has a very short time span, I want to have all these benefits of BIM. So how can I customize, or maybe in this way optimize the process of BIM for me? So it starts with your project type. So even in a commercial project, what are we looking at? Are we looking at an addition to a big building? Are we looking at facelifting? Are we looking at interior retrofits? Are we looking at interior designing? We have to see what are we looking at, what kind of project it is, which means that we will all have different parts to play in it. Structural engineers, mechanical, electrical, architects, everybody will have different scope and different modeling scope and different information scope on the project. I was once working on a project, an industrial project, where literally the scope of architects was to provide a floor and provide an external envelope, and rest, the whole project had to be burdened between structural and mechanical, because it was an assembly line for a car manufacturer. So really depends that it is not always that architects have to take a lead, or structural has to take the brunt, or mechanical has the least work to do. It's not always that. Depending on the scope of the project, you have to see that what do you need to model, which means that we have to be very, very selective about our modeling. We have to be very careful of what we want to model. Do I really have to model the whole building because I have to do a small facelift on the east wing, or just modeling some part of east wing will do? We have to start asking that questions, which means that we can really optimize that process. Also, we have to look at what other consultants are doing. Let's say I'm an architect and I have to coordinate with a structural and a mechanical engineer who are not really buying into the same software that I am, who are not working on the same software that I am, which means that I have to know that this is their medium of documentation, this is their medium of modeling, and this is how I'm going to get my drawings, which will help me make a decision on an export protocol, or an import protocol, or a collaboration protocol. We have to think about all these things in this process. The next question that we might have to ask is, what are we expecting out of this? Are we just doing it because we need some drawings with measurements and annotations and details, or are we looking at schedules and quantities, and are we looking at material takeoffs? Are we looking at any kind of mechanical or structural analysis? And that will help you decide what information you want to put in your model. And with this whole process, what we can do is we can really optimize that what we want to model, how are we collaborating, and what information are we inputting. If we do that, we will be really, really successful incorporating BIM even on a small project, even on a project that does not have a lot of budget or time, and still get the maximum benefit out of it. What else we have to do in the customizing process is creating custom templates. Now, if you are someone who has been working with certain kind of projects for a long period of time on CAD, you kind of have some standards set. You kind of have some types of assemblies set, like your line types and line scales, and this is how my North arrow would look. This is what kind of doors do we use, or this is what kind of furniture do we use, or this is what kind of beams or columns or what we use. So we need to have, we will have something in place that we are already using. We do have a library. Now what we have to do is create a template that has some commonly used content. It has some commonly used assembly types, like walls and floors and doors and all of that. And when we are doing that, we will have literally something ready that that can, once we start a project and we know what are we going to model, we really don't waste a lot of time. Another thing that we have to do is create a template with the legends, the notes, the abbreviations, all of that stuff that keeps on repeating in every project. So let's create a template that already has this, so we do not waste time in doing that work again and again. And then again, stuff like our graphical data, like line types and symbols and all of that. And once we do all of that, we also need to decide on a protocol for design options and phasing. So let's say that you are going to give your a client 2 or 3 design options, or something you're doing a construction and you need to phase the project. So you really need to have some protocols set up in your template where you have already decided that I'm doing 3 options for this project. So my option 1 will look like this, and my option 2 will look like this, and option 3 will look like this in terms of graphical information. And similarly in phasing, so let's say you're doing a project in which you demolish certain part and you keep certain parts. So you have to really be smart in deciding in your project beforehand that my existing doors might look like this and my new doors might look like that. So all of that can be placed in a custom template, in a template that's for that kind of project. If you do certain kinds of project repeatedly, then you will have all this information, and you will have all this information that you can put an input for your own template.
Hello everyone, thanks for watching this video. This video is a clip from our webinar, BIM for Small Commercial Projects. If you want to listen to the entire webinar, please subscribe to our channel and click on the link in the description. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, or visit us at www.bimwise.com.